What's your favorite scary movie?
We have such sights to show you.
Mountains!
All you ever learn is my desire.
My name is Frankenstein!
Batman's gone mad!
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
See this? This is my boomstick!
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice creamed business.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It's alive! It's alive!
Here's Johnny. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains.
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror.
What's up, all you horror movie loving fuckers? Welcome back to another episode of the Fright Flick FMK Podcast. As always, I am your host, Jay, and our co-host, as always, is the Gentleman Jack. Hey, welcome back to another episode. It's Friday, people. You made it through another week down. 1 week closer to Santa Claus. And, yeah, it's that time of the week, family. We all run to the kitchen, get your favorite beverage, go get your favorite smokes, gather around the Fright Flick table so we can talk a little shit about a horror movie. Now, some of the business shit out of the way. Said last week we were going to do a live episode to celebrate the 500 subscribers. Me and John did attempt that last night. Like I said, we were going to. Did attempt it. But my internet here did not want to play last night when we tried to do it. I'm assuming it's because of the cold ass temperatures we got here right now. Woke up this morning to like -1, but yeah, had some issues with the live thing, and so we didn't get to do it. And we have replanned it. As of right now, we're looking at Monday next week, same time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Hopefully, fingers crossed, people, everything will work out this time. But yeah, that was what we attempted to do. And so then after, today, when I'm doing this on what, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. So I got up today and I was like, well, shit, man, the internet's acting right. I was like, I planned on putting a live one out. That shit fell through. So then I was like, well, let me try to find a movie that I got and to put something out to talk about. And I remembered that I had one that I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Hadn't watched it at all. And so I was like, it kind of popped in my head. I was like, man, I ain't seen that one yet. And so I was going to watch that one and talk about it. So that's what we're going to do. But is there anything else I need to get out of the way? Hey, I appreciate all support. Support this shit show. I appreciate it. Make sure you go like, subscribe, follow all that stuff. Facebook, Instagram, the YouTube channel. We're trying to, give me some more subscribers here. I know there's more fucked up people out there like us. And so come on, it's okay. This is a safe space. You come in here and be as fucked up as you want to be. It's a safe space. We're just going to drink, we're going to smoke, we're going to laugh, have a good time, and we're going to talk some shit about horror movies. And then when it's all said and done, I'll let you know if I'd rather fuck it married or kill it. But yeah. Oh, I did say one thing that happened today. I think I seen a lot of posts about it. I guess if you listen to Spotify, they give you that little reel of your 2025, the shit you listen to, what was your favorite types of music, all that shit. I seen a lot of people posting it. I didn't post nothing about it, but one of the things that jumped out at me was there was one of them that would kind of give your age based off the music you listen to. And when mine pulled that, I seen that, I was like, holy shit. I wasn't upset because it was my favorite number. The number 69. Yep, that's right, people. My age for my music that I listen to is age 69. I do. I love old school type music. I prefer that over anything from probably early, like the 90s, mid 90s and back. That's what I get down with, that type of stuff. I love the oldies. So yeah, Spotify thinks I'm a 69-year-old. Likes a lot of old school stuff, a lot of oldies. And I do. And so I'm completely fine with that. But yeah, that was kind of funny today when I seen that. I was like, holy shit, 69. Not a bad number. I'm okay with it. Everybody grab your drinks. We're about to jump into this thing. All right. There's a movie some of you might, a lot of people probably hadn't heard of. Maybe you hadn't. And so I came to hear about this movie because of my awesome guest that I had on here before, the horror scream queen, Jackie Kelly. And when we were talking, she mentioned this movie that she was in was one of her newer ones that was on its way out, it was going to be out. And so I had that, like, holy shit. Okay. So when it finally came out, I was like, got to get it. And so the movie's called Red Night at Skye's. Now it says like 2024 on IMDb, but then I read at the bottom, it was released in like April of 2025. So it's a newbie, people. It's a newbie. It's a new movie. I do know that you can rent it over on Amazon Prime, rent it or buy it. Or you can, get the Blu-ray, which I will be getting. I bought it through Amazon. As soon as it hit Amazon, I seen the post about it. And I went to Amazon and bought it, but I just hadn't watched it. And so yeah, I was looking today and I was like, man, I remembered this one. I was like, I got it, hadn't watched it. And so that's what we're going to talk about. Brand newbie, Red Night at Skye's. I'm going to give you a quick little IMDb, right off the IMDb. Basically when a down on his luck family man and ex-soldier Cole Boyd gets drawn into a scheme to rob Skye's pawn shop, a front for a ruthless gang of meth-making bikers known as the Spiders, a group led by this word always gets me. Enigma. I don't know. An evil doctor. They call him Doc. Okay. A bad idea turns into a blood-soaked nightmare. And let me go ahead and pull this up real quick while I got it. Director Chris. I butcher names here, Chris. So if I apologize. Grega, Grega. Chris Grega. Yeah, my high school education here, Southern born and raised. I don't do too well at that name pronouncing stuff. Yeah, he was the director and writer of it. For me, one of the things that jumped out, of course, Jackie Kelly's in it, but also, the Bill Moseley, and I was when I seen him in it, I'm like, hell yeah. And I will say this, nobody else in the movie I really knew anything about, but yeah, because of Jackie Kelly, Red Night at Skye's. That's how I knew about it. That's why I got it, because I'm a huge fan of Jackie Kelly. And then I was even more kind of like, hell yeah, with it, because I'm looking for it right now because I want to make sure I get it right. One of the other things that jumped out to me as soon as I pushed play and I started watching it, it started giving me like, some of the people that worked on the movie, editors and director of photography. Hey, I've been drinking, I've been smoking, people. So if the words don't come out just right, that's why. We're here to have a good time, people. Loosen up, shit. But it showed it like director of photography, cinematography, Eric Stanzi. Huge fan. I've talked about some of his movies, just talked about one of his movies, just a scrapbook a couple episodes ago. Huge fan. And then also editor, Jeff Wedding. Jeff Wedding is, I think, pretty sure, writer and director of Tennessee Gothic, another movie I'm a huge fan of. Did a show on it. Also stars the Jackie Kelly. So I seen those names. And I was like, holy shit, man, that was. I like when I seen that even more. I'm kind of into it. Now, I told you a couple episodes before, if you listen, when I did the movie Scrapbook and Eric Stanzi's movies, and I told you then, people out there who have your favorite actors, actresses, writers, directors, and stuff like that, no matter what movie they may do or what work they may do, you're a fan of it because you're a big fan of that particular person. And so when I did Eric Stanzey's movie Scrapbook, I was like, it is not. I knew I rate them like fuck, marry, or kill. Kill being the worst, but I'm a huge fan of Eric's, and no matter what he does, it will not get killed by me. And that's where we're going to fall with Red Night at Skies, because I'm a huge fan of Jackie Kelly. She was willing to come on this little shit show, and talk to us, and a huge fan of her movies, the work she does. And, Eric Stanzey had his hand in it. Jeff Wedding had his hand in it. And once again, we ain't killing on this show, people, because just like I said, some of my favorites, no matter what they do, Eric Stanzey could direct a fucking movie with him just sitting there staring at and watching paint dry. And I would watch that, and I would get on here and I still wouldn't kill it, So yeah, just go ahead and get that out of the way right now. Because I'm a fan of certain people. Bill Moseley, big fan of, and like I said, we either going to marry this one or we're going to fuck it. So we'll let you know when we get toward the end, when we get to the end of it, family. Now, when this one starts off, and I kind of read it, man down on his luck, ex-military dude. So when I started watching it, as soon as it starts, you get this shot of this dude like running down the street all crazy, like he butt naked. You don't see nothing. You can just tell, like, you see his top, and you're assuming the way he's acting, he's butt naked. But he's got covered in blood, and I'm thinking like, okay, we got us a zombie. Is that what we got? But he could just run down the street like kind of crazy acting, like, oh shit, we got us some zombies. And then all of a sudden it's like it kind of cuts, and then we get to introduced to our Cole is his name. I think the last name was Boyd, maybe, but Cole. He is, he's got, you could tell his dad is Bill Moseley. And then Cole kind of gets up, goes out there, checks on his dad. Dad lives like next door to him, stuff like that. And dad's an ex-Marine, retired military Marine. You see like the flags on the wall and stuff. Cole, you could tell, you just pick up on the fact that he was military also. Cole Cole's a family man. Cole is married, got a teenage son, and then a daughter. I want to say the teenage son's name's Walker. I think his wife's name was Carrie. And you find out that, his wife is, you find out that they behind on some shit. Cole's sitting there and he's got the bills in his hands. He's trying to be the good dad and be the supportive one. There's a part where, he's sitting down with the two kids and he's talking to them, and he's talking about like, I get home, I'll bring you some ice cream. Just, trying to, be the dad. But behind on bills, you can just tell the dude is stressed out. And then you come to find out his wife is sick. His wife has cancer, and she is downhill, kind of coming downhill, because you see him talk to her, and she's kind of like, she's accepted it, because she was like, that, it's going to happen. And he's like, baby, don't talk like that type stuff. I'm like, he got to be supportive and stuff like that, but he don't want to accept it. He's holding on like, no, he's thinking like, medical stuff that she may need. You can tell they're struggling, they're behind on bills. So it's not like she can't get the type of medical attention she needs, And so our boy Cole stressed out, and he's out. He don't have a job at the moment. And so he's basically going out to look for a job, got to make some money. It's got to be a tough deal, behind on bills, kids in school, wife got cancer, and so he's got his best friend, Tom, and Tom was also a military guy. They both basically, these two guys have gotten out of the military. They, doesn't say it wasn't a retirement or nothing like that. They did their time. You know, it's not for everybody. They did their time. They came home and now they're struggling, trying to find work, you know, stuff like that. You know, both of them have been deployed because they're making talk about like, man, I was better off when I was in Afghanistan because, you know, the money and stuff like that. Then you come back, then they're like, hey, you know, appreciate your service over there. Now go take you a fucking $5 minimum wage hamburger slinging job, you know, shit like that. And you can tell, like I said, they're both struggling. But Tom got a damn plan. Tom, one of them, like, you know, they're riding up the road and Tom like comes out of the blue and they're both talking about how they're struggling with money. And basically Tom knows some people. Tom knows a guy that knows a guy that they can rob and get some money off of. The people they want to rob, it's some fucking meth dealers, man. There's some drug dealers. Who cares if the drug dealers get robbed? If you're going to rob somebody, rob a drug dealer. You know, it's okay. And so Tom's got like, man, I got a guy, you know, and he basically tells him they're going to rob this place called Skye's Pawn Shop. And, you know, and so him and Cole were kind of talking. Well, then Tom's already kind of got the wheels in motion. Tom's like, hey, man, I need you on this. I need you to have my back. We're going to meet up later tonight if you're interested. Because Tom apparently had like three people that he already had this kind of plan in motion that they were going to all get together, go hold up this pawn shop, Skye's Pawn Shop, because they were running meth labs. And so you're thinking, okay, they're going in there, they're going to get the money. There should be a lot of money. Maybe they take the meth too. Maybe they want to go sling some meth and make a little extra money. Who knows? But their plan is we're going to go in there. We're going to rob Skye's Pawn Shop. And then you get him back with his dad, Bill Moseley, and he's talking to him. Dad's got him a nice ass Camaro, looks like that he's working on, and Cole's talking to his dad, and he basically asked him about I think the place was called Forestville. Yeah, Forestville. That's where this pawn shop is located. The Skies. And so he's basically asked his dad about this area. He doesn't really know. And he's like, hey, there's this possible job that's in this Forestville town. And he basically tells him, his dad tells him there's like this story about some guy out there, you know, it's one of them racist ass sides of town, because he talks about how they have like KK and shit like that. It's a pretty rough town over there. And so he's kind of giving him this warning, bunch of fucking, you know, redneck hillbillies out there. And so then you see him out trying to look for a job, and the dude's desperate, man. You can tell, because at one point he's like pawning shit off. He's got like his welder. He does welding and shit. And he's out there trying to find jobs and shit like that. And finally he's pawning his welder. He goes into one shop, local shop. The dude's like, you know, man, we already got one. I can't do nothing with that. And then he's out there struggling because, man, as a man, you know, it's got makes you feel so super fucking small, I bet. Just think about it. You got a sick wife at home, kids, and you ain't got no job, and you got to figure out ways to support them. And you're out there fucking pawning off shit. He's out there pawning off the one thing he actually does to make some money. He does welding, having to pawn that off. And he basically has to, the only place that he can get to take this thing to give him some money for it is down in Forestville at the daggum Skye's pawn shop. He's going to go down there with his welder. They're going to offer him a couple $100. But while he's in there, you're kind of picking up on some weird shit going on in there, because he's sitting there trying to sell it. Well, then this black gentleman comes in to try to pawn something. As soon as he comes in, they think it's a gun. They just like, hey, we don't deal in guns around here, because he had a guitar case in his hand, like the case. They were just like, oh, we don't deal in guns around here, boy. They're supposed to be the most redneck hillbillies. And so then he's like, no, this ain't no gun. He goes, this is a guitar guy. He's trying to pawn the guitar. Nice little guitar. And then they're going to be like, no, boy, we don't deal with that stolen goods here. Just like accusing the dude, you know. And while they're talking to him, they got a little alarm system thing at the counter, 3 buttons. And I forget exactly what was on them. It was like bad shit. Then like the last button had like a cover over it, like one of them like do not touch unless it's actually the shit has hit the fan type buttons. So he's kind of got his hand on a button of like, you know, like it's a bad person because this black gentleman's trying to damn sell his guitar, get some money. But they're just like, heck no, boy, you get out of here with that. Them guns and stolen goods, boy. You know, racist, man. Fucking hillbillies. But, and you can, and the whole time Cole's kind of standing there and he's kind of seeing it. And then it's like, you know, Cole sees how they are towards the gentleman. And he's like, man, like, fuck these guys. And so then he gets in his brain, like, you know what? These guys deserve to be robbed. I want to go get with my boy Tom. Me and Tom going to hook up with the rest of these guys, and we're going to get us a plan together, and we're going to steal this shit because I'm desperate. I got to feed kids. I got a sick wife at home. You know, no judgment here, Cole. Man's got to do what a man's got to do. Cole's been pushed to his limit. He's got to go make shit happen now. So then you're going to get introduced to the rest of the little crew. I want to say one of them's name. Hold on. I think I put it in my little notes right here. Dale. One of the guys' name is Dale. One of the guys' name is Kyle. And the other guy is somebody named Robbie Ray. And so the crew, they're going to get together. We got our dude Cole. Cole's buddy Tom. Tom, who brought Cole in with these other three knuckleheads. They're all ex-military. And he's like, we got Kyle, and then we got Dale and Robbie Ray. Now, the whole thing you come to find out is this little dude, Robbie Ray here, Robbie Ray, his sister used to date somebody in that motorcycle crew I mentioned earlier. This motorcycle crew, Spider Motorcycle Club, is basically all involved in this Skye's pawn shop. And so apparently they're the ones behind the whole meth thing, and that's the story and stuff like that. Well, Robbie Ray, his sister used to date one of the members of the Spider Club. So little Robbie Ray, he knows some info. Hey man, that pawn shop, they got a meth at that lab in the back. They cooking meth, selling meth. They're gonna have a whole lot of money there. That's where we need to go steal. And that's what they're gonna come up with that plan. That's what we're gonna do. Now Robbie Ray is he'll be a recovering like little crackhead. He's a little junkie. Robbie Ray is. You know, Robbie Ray always he got an itch for a fix, and you will get to see once they discover the meth. Like little Robbie Ray's in fucking meth heaven, man. He's just like, oh, this is the greatest day ever, surrounded by meth and shit like that. So they got their little team together. Here's what we're gonna do. Next thing you know, they even get him a little mom van. You know, don't stand out. Got him a nice little mom van rolling down through there. Going to pull in there. We're going to hold up Skye's pawn shop. Gonna get that money. Gonna get that meth. Hold on one second. Everybody grab your drinks. Oh, that's a gentleman jack break. So good. Now, I will say this. Because, you know, I make fun of movies. I laugh at movies. I talk about shit that pops in my head as I'm watching it, you know? And so it's like, it shows them all driving down the road in a little mom van, and they're sitting there and they got these baggy looking masks or whatever, little hoods over their faces, you know, and I'm thinking like, you know, apparently they were like Army. And I'm thinking, man, y'all didn't get no kind of cool shit when you was in the Army. Like I did 20 years. All the deployments and stuff, we used to call it cool guy shit. Some of that cool guy shit where it's like maybe some nice shades, some fancy gloves, some gear, you know, a nice cool little camo mask to put over your head. Maybe they could have had some extra shit like that left over. I don't know. But it looks like they were just, you know, like I think one of them had on like an old ACU jacket, you know, like the military style jacket and stuff like that. But I was like, man, y'all didn't get no cool guy shit while y'all were in. Y'all were deployed, no cool guy shit. They just got these baggy looking things over their face. And when they go up in there, you get introduced to the people in the pawn shop. You get introduced, to this group of 5 dudes that got together to go rob this place. There's a doctor that comes into play, and you come to find out that this motorcycle club, and they do dealing meth, all this other shit. And so these guys show up. I say on here all the time, I love independent horror, and I love movies that are low budget, and I love, these types of movies. And there's time. Is there some of these actresses in this movie? Some of it cheesy, yes. Some of it, and then that's okay. These types of movies, I dig them. And so, and when they finally meet him and some of the back and forth, and it's kind of funny though, when it was happening, because they kind of go in there to rob this place. You got a couple dudes sitting there like, y'all don't know who y'all fucking with, boy. What are y'all doing up in here? Like, y'all gonna die. Like why are y'all up here? And so and the back and forth they had, some of it was funny because I'm sitting there when a doctor comes out, he's got a gun. The only bad guy right there in this whole little area, when all this shit's going down, only one bad guy with a gun. He comes out there, this doctor's kind of like a white doctor coat on. He's batshit fucking crazy acting, it seems like, but he's super calm, but he's kind of crazy at the same time. And you can tell the rest of them, like, that work around him, they nervous about this guy. Like, they're kind of scared of him. And so when they all get in there, there's a part where the doctor's got one gun and he's pointing at it. And the rest of these guys, Cole's in the car. Cole was supposed to be the driving guy. He was the getaway driver. And he's just sitting in the van. The other 4 go up in there to look for the meth. They go in there with 4 guns drawn. They go in this little back room. They don't see no meth cooking. They don't see no money. Next thing you know, they're confused. Like, what the hell's going on here? There's no meth here. There's no money. The doctor, the bad guy doctor, got his one gun. Next thing you know, there's like 4 guns pointed against the one doctor guy. And then they call Cole in there because it's just like, hey, come in here. And Cole's like, what's going on, man? And he's like, there's nothing here. And now Cole's got his gun pointed at the doctor. So now we got 5 guys, guns pointing at the doctor type thing is what it looks like. And I'm just sitting there going like, this ain't going to end well. And it pops off, gunfire going on, pow, pow, pow. People start scattering. And then it's where we're going to get introduced to what's really going on here. Part of this pawn shop, there is I'm not going to spoil the shit out of a lot of it, but I am going to spoil the shit out of some of it. But there's you come to find out underneath the pawn shop, there's just kind of like underground, like layer type thing where they got all it set up where the meth cooking's going on. You'll get to see it, all the meth laid out, they got the little boiling things going, like making the little sounds and shit like that. They got the little not Confederate, but the fucking Nazi flags hanging up on the wall. They're just kind of really selling that whole, the Nazi, the hate and all that shit. But it was, the funny part is when they finally discovered this little spot, you get to see our boy, what would I say his fucking name was? Robbie Ray? Was it Robbie Ray? Shit, I think it was Robbie Ray. Well, I'm calling him Robbie Ray. I'm pretty sure it's Robbie Ray. But when Robbie Ray gets down there, Robbie Ray finally sees it. You see him excited. He's like, holy shit, I knew it. I told y'all it was here. And so he's just excited. And you could tell he wanted to just throw his face into that fucking shit. You can just tell. Because he's no little junkie anyway. And when they get down there, they're down there. And then the people are still upstairs. The doctor and his little crew are still upstairs. They got cameras and shit. They can see what's going on down there. So some shady shit's been going on down there. They come into a room because when the gunfire goes off, a couple of the dudes die. Well, they're down there and they're trying to help one dude out. Well, Cole comes across this room. It's got a metal table. It's got a little Nazi flag. And got a little TV with like a VCR. He goes there and pushes play like any of us would do. Like TV there. Let's push play. He pushes play. And then you kind of finally get to see, kind of like in the beginning when I said that was that crazy zombie dude like running down the road. Now we get to see like in this video, and it's like they are now trying to put together, like they are basically creating these. I thought zombies right off the bat when I seen that. Like, oh, they're like making these zombies, and so because they were running tests and this video of them, this thing like screaming and growling and eating all this shit, like blood and stuff like that. And at this point, I'm like, okay, now here we go, and then we will get introduced to, bam, enter Jackie Kelly, Emma. She wakes up in like this square little room like she's trapped. Got some blood all over and shit like that. She kind of wakes up, she's puking. And then, and you can kind of hear what's going on out there because the doctor upstairs ends up like releasing these fucking things downstairs. They're like butt naked, running around, covered in blood and shit like that, ready to eat. And so I'm still thinking, okay, holy shit, they've created all these zombies. They got zombies running around down there. I'm cool with it. I like a good zombie flick. And so we got these zombies and shit like that going on. Now we got our girl Jackie Kelly, bam, has entered. Now we're cooking. And so Jackie Kelly comes out there, and she's kind of like having flashes and stuff like that. And these zombies are attacking our dude Cole and the crew, the ones that are left, and so, but then Jackie Kelly comes out and she kind of, she goes badass mode. She looks over there. There's like a mop bucket. She takes that mop out, breaks the mop handle off. Now she's got her fucking steak. She's ready to go kill him. Covered in blood. Fuck yeah. Here we go. She goes out there and you see our dude Cole. Cole's struggling. And a good close-up kill. I liked it. Close-up kill right here when she takes that broken mop handle and you see it come shoving through the back of his head out of his mouth. And then the blood kind of spits out on Cole and shit like that. Then Jackie's, Emma got that thing through his head. And then she kind of steps back and like does this fucking scream. That's what I said, AKA the horror scream queen, Jackie Kelly. And flashback happens. Now we kind of get to know who Emma is and how Emma is tied to all of this. And that's what I said, I'm not going to spoil everything. Emma is tied. It all starts coming together. What the hell's going on here? Come to find out, these are not zombies. Not zombies. Basically, this old Dr. Dude wants to create some shit like the perfect human. Some shit like that. Looks like he's trying to create the perfect white person because we know his ass was racist. And so he's got these injections he's doing to try to create this perfect person, but it like turns them into like these, and the plan is for it to happen this way, but it basically turns them into like a cannibal, where it's like they got this craving for meat and shit like that, because you get to see the flashback, because a girl Emma is part of this process, and you get to see the kind of the story behind what they're doing, where they're running these tests and they're trying to do this shit. And so it's a lot of shit going on down there. They gotta, going to fight their way out of there. You got the crew upstairs, the motorcycle people, the group downstairs, and it gets sometimes it gets kind of slow down there in the basement. Some of it kind of gets drawn out, but it was okay. You could see, for me, I could tell a big difference in the acting for the group that was downstairs. The Jackie Kelly's group, Cole and all them down there. The ones upstairs, the ones that played the bad guys, the bikers and shit like that. Sometimes they got a little, they'd be like super dramatic, especially the girl. Like she was like, at one moment, like she's got this like shotgun. I think, oh, that's the badass one right there, And then she kind of gets to this point. Like they're so scared because of whatever's going on down in that basement. They know it's not good. They know it's not, because the girl, like at some point she like puts the shotgun down. She's like, I'm out. Like I'm not going back down there. I'm not looking for them. Like they know something's down there. We still don't really know what the hell's going on down there, because we hear what goes on, what happened to Emma and stuff like that, but you still don't really know. And so then when it starts coming to a head toward when Emma's down there with Cole and them are trying to get out of there. It had a little twist on who fucking Emma actually is and how she's tied to the whole thing. A little twist to how little Robbie Ray is tied to the whole thing. You know, I did like that. I was kind of like, holy shit. I kind of didn't piece that when I was watching it. And so they basically going to have to kind of fight their way out of this underground place away from this pawn shop. Good thing is, I will spoil this part. Emma made it to the end. She was okay. That's a fucking hell yeah. Cole being our guy, the main guy, we knew Cole was going to be all right. We knew he was. So I'm not going to spoil really how it all came to them two, but if you're watching it and you're sitting there, if you're like me, a Jackie Kelly fan, you're going, holy shit, is Emma going to make it? Is Emma going to be okay? I'm going to spoil that. She's going to be all right. She's going to get to the end because she's Jackie fucking Kelly. Now, when it's all said and done, you know, the one thing that I liked about the ending of it was when he finally goes back with his dad, when it's all kind of over, and he's telling his dad, like, you know, because the dad told him, he's like, there's some evil shit there. Like, that force field ain't just like crazy hillbilly rednecks. Like, there's some shit going on over there. And so now that Cole went through it, now he's back. Now he's talking to his dad about it. Like, his dad knows. Like, he knows something. Because I thought it was all kind of said and done. Like, when the ending, him and his dad was kind of cool. You know, and then it kind of starts like it shows the credits are about to roll, and I'm like, oh, okay. But then it comes right back, and then we get Cole sitting down with his dad, Bill Moseley. And this is the part I'm going to spoil for you. People said I wasn't going to spoil it. Don't spoil it. It's not a super spoil, but it's a spoil. Because this part I was like, hell yeah. His dad sits down with him, and his dad basically says, I forget exactly how it was worded, but it was along the lines of, I know what you let loose over there, or what you let out. And he's got this book in his hand. And it's kind of creepiest looking book. They got these little diamond looking things over it, rubies and shit. And then he's got the book, and he goes open the book. Him and Cole like wants to open the book, and you're like, holy shit, what's gonna be in the book? Like, what is this? Is something gonna happen when he opens it? As soon as he starts pulling the cover open, bam, the credits roll. That's it. And then I'm going right there in that moment, like, oh, sequel. Because you kind of left me hanging there. I'm sitting there going like, hey, what is it? What did he let loose out there? I'm saying. So yeah, I did like that ending. I did like a lot of the, yes, you could tell it low budget. I like seeing what people can do with low budgets. I like a movie that can be like this and don't need millions and millions of dollars to make a movie like this. You know, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the ride. I enjoyed that it had the kind of a little older vibe to it, like a little throwback vibe to it. I liked some of the cheesy lines that maybe didn't land when they said them, but I like that. I like that kind of just cheesy type stuff. There is one thing that jumped out to me, because there is a part in this where I mentioned old Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray, let me see. I want to say who played Robbie Ray. I will want to do this. Joe Hammerstone plays Robbie Ray. There's a part where when he's downstairs in that basement and he starts kind of fucking losing it. There's a part where he's kind of like, he gets into the good stuff while he's down there, and he starts getting real kind of crazy. And there is I'm going to mess this last name up. Man, crap. I got to look now because I know I'm going to fuck it up really bad. Because I have a hard time pronouncing it. Let me see. I looked at his name earlier because I couldn't remember but then I had to look it up. Everybody's seen some of you, I'm trying to find the name, but Boardwalk Empire. HBO show. I fucking love it. Boardwalk Empire. But oh yeah, Steve Buscemi. I'm probably saying that wrong. Buscemi. Steve Buscemi. Boardwalk Empire. But he also played in Armageddon, one with Bruce Willis. You know, I don't want to close my eyes. You know, that Armageddon. So the Steve played in that. And I remember the part in that movie where he finally fucking snaps out the end, and he's kind of like wanting to sit. He's sitting out there on this like rocket or this bomb or whatever, and he's kind of like riding it like a cowboy. Like he has finally snapped. He lost his shit. That is what Robbie Ray made me think of when he was losing it down there. Because I just remember that part in Armageddon where he just finally gets there. He's sitting out there, and he's done, man. Like he has checked out, and that's where our boy Robbie Ray was when Robbie Ray got his nose and face buried in that good stuff, that red meth shit that they had over there. And so yeah, I really liked him. I was a big fan of course Jackie Kelly, our dude Cole. What was your name, Cole? Damn it, I'm bad with names, Cole. I'm gonna back it back up real quick. I gotta look. Oh yeah, Brock Roberts plays Cole. But I had a good it was fun. You know, I liked some of the parts were funny. I liked there's a couple parts in it that were funny. They're like there's a part where they're all finally introduced each other. It's like Cole meets Emma. Emma's kind of talking, and then, you know, dude laying on the table about to die, he kind of has to like remind them like, oh, I'm so-and-so and I'm fucking dying over here type shit. There was some funny stuff in it. There was some of those cheesy lines that when you said them, you're kind of like, oh man, that's kind of dumb sounding, but I'm cool with it. It had some good, I do like some good blood. I like some bloody looking shit. Had some good, like I said, the stake through the back of the head, you know, had a couple close-ups of like somebody getting their fucking brains blowed out. Another good close-up where my girl Emma goes up there and she's cutting somebody's fucking throat. Nice, up close, didn't cut away. Nice, got to see it. I enjoyed that type of shit. I enjoy being able to see what people do, the ones who have that type of talent to do shit like that. You know, so fucking cool. Love low budget and love independent horror. And so I had a fucking awesome time watching this right from the start. You know, I was just into it because once again, it had people in it I really liked, and I just dig this type of movie. So yeah, I had a lot of fun watching this one. Had a good time, and I thought I put something into my notes about this thing. But at the end of the day, when it was all said and done, you could all put yourself in that position. Push comes to shove, you got to take care of your family. You're going to do what you got to do. My man Cole got to that point. Cole's like, fuck, got to do what I got to do, you know? And so, but yeah, good movie. Hell of a time watching it. Now I know I got to let you all know what I want to do with it. Do I want to put a ring on it? Do I want to marry it? Do I just want it to be a friends with benefits type thing that I just hit up every now and then? But for me, this is what it's got to be, a friends with benefits. Yeah, it's I enjoyed watching it. I'm not going to watch it like again next week, but at some point, you know, I'll want to see it again. That's the reason why I'm having to order. Got to add the Blu-ray to my collection. And if y'all listen out there, if y'all did movie posters of that too, I got a big horror movie poster collection. That'd be a cool one to have, you know. But yeah, so had a good time, but I gotta like friends with benefits. I will keep your number and I will hit it up when the moment's right and have that itch. Then we will, you know, do that. And well, my bad. That was a gentleman Jack break, and I didn't even tell y'all to take one. Shit, my bad. But yeah, big huge thank you to Jackie for recommending this when I asked her about new movies. So I want to get the name again because I'm, like I said, I'm bad. But Chris Grega, I know I'm butchering it, but hey, awesome job. Like I said, I had fun. I like the blood, like the killing. I like the twist to it. I like the little, finding out who was who and how this person was part of this. I like that. I really liked how the doctor died. That was cool. Yeah, I had a good time with this thing. And now I'm letting you all know you need to go watch it. I'm not sure yet if it's streaming anywhere for free right now. I'm not sure. As soon as it hit Amazon, I bought it. So I do know you can rent it there. But yeah, if you get a chance, if you can, check it out. Go support independent horror. If you're able to get that physical media, we all love being able to hold it in our hand and say, that's mine, And so I like supporting independents, and I like getting to get on here and talk about them and bring attention to them, because I've come across a ton of movies that I just fucking enjoy, this just by going down the rabbit holes and just looking for this movie, and then look at a picture and be like, that looks cool, and I check that out. But yeah, Red Night at Skye's. If you can, go check it out. Go support. Yeah, we fucking it. Friends with benefits. But we had a good time with it. And I'm telling you, I say it all the time. We will never get on this show and tell you to not watch a horror movie. I tell you to go watch any horror movie you get a chance to watch, go watch it. No matter what. Have your own opinion of it. Don't worry about what somebody says. If they get on, somebody be like, oh, that's the worst shit I ever seen. Don't waste your time. Hey man, just call that's their opinion. You may watch it and fucking love it. But trust me, there are a lot of movies I love that people know I like them, and they see them and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But hey, that's okay. And so I'm telling you, go watch Red Night at Skye's and have your own opinion of it. And then tell everybody else to go check it out, because it's horror, and we are all fucking lucky that there's people out there that can make horror movies, because I can't. I don't have the talent to be able to write and do a movie. My talent is this right here, me watching it, getting on here, drinking, having a good time talking about it. So, hey, it is fucking awesome that we get to watch movies and people out there make these movies. And so support them and watch them, have your own opinion of it. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up, family. That's going to be another episode down. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I appreciate you stopping by on this fine Friday. And hope you've all had a good sit down with us. And be on the lookout. Everything goes right Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Going live. 500 subscriber episode to celebrate a little bit. But yeah, appreciate the support. Appreciate everybody the few, the faithful, the Fright Flick faithful that stop by, drop comments, leave comments, watch the show. I appreciate it. Now we've reached that time of the show. You all know what to do, family. I need you to gather up all your shit, go put y'all chairs away, grab y'all's drinks, and y'all get the fuck out of here.
What's your favorite scary movie?
We have such sights to show you.
Ah! Monsters!
All you have left is my desire.
My name is Frankenstein!
That man's gone mad.
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
See this? This is my bullshit!
I ate his liver with some fava beans. Nice community. This ass.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It's alive! It's alive!
Here's Johnny. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains.
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie.
Welcome to the debauchery.